All right, let's get this show started.
In today's news, Alex Pereira finds a moose while training in the mountains of Utah. Check this out.
Chama. Aqui, ó. Você tá doido, velho. Meu Deus. Chama. Chama ou não chama?
Bryce Mitchell gets a ride from Sean Strickland. Mitchell and Strickland have linked up once again. This time the two went for a ride after training.
Hey, I'm here with the champ. We riding in style, baby.
Bro, he's that Tesla. You're going to lose your fan base.
I don't give a shit. I'm with the champ, baby.
Let's go, my man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, Sean's a nice guy, man.
We always stay strapped, right, Bryce? We always stay strapped.
Hey, for them f***ing commies. Thanks for the ride, though, champ.
I got you, man. Oh, yeah, what do you got going on?
Strickland also posted this photo captioned, "When I asked Doug Nasty to put a seatbelt on to stop the beeping." PFL CEO claims that the Ngannou vs. Ferreira event will cost more than Noche UFC. Next month, the Professional Fighters League will host a pay-per-view event in Saudi Arabia featuring a highly anticipated heavyweight collision between the two giants as the main event. However, the card offers more than just Ngannou vs. Ferreira. The co-main event fight will be a long-awaited battle between Bellator champion Chris Cyborg and Larissa Pacheco. Additionally, the promotion announced another exciting title bout yesterday. Johnny Eblen will face Fabian Edwards in a rematch. Now, in an interview with New York Post Sports, PFL CEO Don Davis said this card will cost more than Noche UFC, which Dana White said cost the UFC $20 million.
So first of all, I believe this is the biggest event possible in MMA because of the co-mains this year in 2024. And that makes it certainly the biggest thing for PFL. UFC is a bigger company, and we're putting on a bigger event. So this is a big deal for us. Our number one metric is putting on the highest quality MMA fight for fans in the world. We want to show fans that we can put on as good or better a product for them than anyone in the world. That's metric number one. And metric number two is we want to do okay financially. We want to do okay financially. The cost of this fight is astronomical. Dana White talks about his 20 million Sphere event. This is more. Fighters here make more. The card here that will be announced has more big fights coming. This cost to us is more than his cost to the Sphere. So this is a gargantuan level event and our number one priority as fans.
Dana White reacts to Sean O'Malley's injury. One of the major storylines to come from UFC 306 was Sean O'Malley's underwhelming performance. We now have some clarity as to why. In a recent phone call with Aiden Ross, O'Malley revealed that he has a torn labrum and that this is why he plans to take nearly a year off from fighting.
Don't take that long of a break, dude. The game needs you, bro. Like, come on, bro. I need you.
I have to get surgery. I have surgery on October 3rd.
Really?
I tore my labrum 10 weeks ago.
What the fuck is a lab? What is that?
It's a little, you have a labrum in both your shoulders and in your hips.
Yeah.
I tore the left labrum in my hip. So I got surgery. That's the only reason I'm going to be out for so long. The surgery should only take like 2 months to come back from. Then it'll take, a couple months recovery. So a year's long. A year's a long time. It could be 6 to 8 months. But I'm just kind of going with the flow. You never know.
All right, bro.
After hearing this, Dana White reacted, saying,
"A couple quick ones from me. O'Malley announces today he's having hip surgery, and I don't understand how these guys fight with he has a torn labrum, and then 2 days later they're having surgery. I mean, isn't there a process in place? That's a pretty significant injury. You can't, fight at your best performance if you have a torn labrum, right?
I agree.
So, how do you prevent that from happening where they're supposed to disclose to the commission and they don't do that?
You can't. You know what I mean? If these guys come in and they have something and we don't know, I mean, how would the doctors check for a torn labrum? You know what I mean? You can't.
Knowing what you know now, does that explain the performance, or do you think Merab was just so good in that fight that he was going to win the fight on that given night anyways?
Literally everybody reached out to me that night and said, Sean O'Malley didn't look like himself. He didn't look explosive. He didn't look, all the same stuff we were all saying that night.
Right. And then lastly,
not to take anything from Rob, but
correct.
I mean, everybody felt that way.
Dana also reacted to Jon Jones, saying that his next fight will be his retirement fight, also confirming that Tom Aspinall is the backup for the Jones vs. Miocic clash.
Saturday we announced Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic is officially happening. Jon then was seen ringside saying that this is probably the last one. I'm sure there could be negotiations involved, but have you spoke to him about maybe his future after this event?
Why speak to him after this event? You got to figure out what's going to happen in this fight. See how this fight plays out, and then we'll go from there.
Is Tom Aspinall officially the backup for that fight?
Yes. Tom Aspinall is next in line for anything that happens after this fight.
Max Holloway accuses the UFC of protecting Ilia Topuria. In a recent video posted to his YouTube channel, Holloway discussed his upcoming fight against Topuria and said the UFC intentionally kept the current UFC featherweight champion away from him as he made his way up the ranks.
A lot of people giving Ilia heat for the strength of his schedule that he had to the title fight, but he did what he's supposed to do. He won, plain and simple. You know, he beat a guy that I had 3 times at a crack to beat, and he did it. You know, he had the shot. But I believe that UFC made me fight every other contender at 45 except for him for a reason. And we're here now, and I'm gonna prove come October 26th why UFC was shelling him away from me.
Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith disagree with Merab DVALISHVILI'S post-fight remarks. Following Noche UFC, Merab called out O'Malley's coach Tim Welch for distracting him during his fight with Sugar Sean at Noche UFC. Merab said that it was unprofessional and that these kind of actions shouldn't be allowed. However, Bisping and Smith disagree. Speaking on the most recent episode of the BYM podcast, Smith called Welch's behavior a dirtbag move, but despite that, he and Bisping believe that shouting instructions to an opponent should still be legal.
If Merab wants to spend his time in the octagon when he should be fighting Sean O'Malley, talking to the other coaches, that should be on him. That's his business.
Yeah.
And although Tim Welch talking to Merab is maybe a dirtbag move, I don't believe that it should be illegal. Because like, if I can kick you in the face, why can't he talk to you? Like, be a man and ignore it.
Just playing devil's avocado, it could be, maybe it's some weird kind of code like some of the coaches use. It might sound like I'm talking to Merab, but I'm really talking to Sean. They don't know that. This is the game.
That's how football is. That's how football is. They're all on the sidelines doing all this weird shit all the time because they're hiding their signs. Hide your signs.
I'm a cornerman. Words are going to come out of my mouth. They're both going to hear them. Okay, right. Yes, that's a great point. It's a great point.
Paddy Pimblett sets the chicken wing record at a local restaurant. Paddy, who is notorious for massive weight gains in between fights, has posted a video to his YouTube channel of him smashing the record for most chicken wings eaten at a restaurant in his hometown. The previous record was 36 wings. Paddy crushed 47. He somehow managed to follow up with dessert afterwards.
Yeah, next flavour. Next flavour, please.
How many shots?
15 down. No, I'm not struggling. I can feel it now though. 25. Starting to get hard. One off the record, another portion of 5 coming. You never know, we might end up getting another 5. 2 of these and I've beat it, but can't leave chicken wings to waste. We're going for 40. That's 37, so I'll get these down as records mine. At 40. It's shameful being able to eat this many rings out. I'm just a big fat bastard.
I'm just like...
For 147, I'd run you do. Always room for dessert. Always.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for today's top memes. Third place was found over on Reddit and was posted by Lala FB. Second place was posted by You Sorry. The top pick was posted by Gerardo. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.